Everyone. Okay, so I'm trying to be a little more active on the YouTubes here. So anyway, it's been a very interesting couple of days. So yesterday, when I did my last video, I was so pumped, on top of the world, and then it was and it's all gonna crash down on you. So oh wait, do I need to? No, I didn't want to. So I had a little visit, or not a visit, but a little email from our HOA, and which is the homeowners association where we live and everything. And so it was just really difficult because they said you can't have, you're not allowed to have you're not allowed to have business in your home, and I was not aware of this. So basically, I lost my studio all in a day, and I was just I felt so stripped. And it's I'm so used to, I'm very used to having things kind of taken away from me. And just anytime you find a little bit of ground and you're oh, there it goes again. But it's so interesting because it just makes me you have to rely on God, and you have to. And it makes me think of that moment from Evan Almighty when he's if you've ever watched that movie, there's this part where he's on the lawn and he's losing his family and everybody thinks he's losing his mind and all this stuff, and then the water shoots at him up in the face on his lawn, and his family's leaving him, they're driving away in the car, and then he's I know whatever you do because you love me. And sometimes it feels like that, where you're just having a difficult time of it. And I was just really, Lord, and so I went over to, I knocked on one of our neighbors' door, who's one of the presidents of the homeowners association. There'll be a big legal battle, you just can't do it. And it was so interesting because I went and knocked on their door, and they weren't home, and so I left. And then the lady came over to the house, and she's one of those souls who is just, it's really interesting to me. I'm very much about growing my business and my community, and about making healthy connections and everything. And I think when you don't have that, all of your energy kind of turns into this neurosis, where, and it's portrayed so well in stories, where from Pollyanna, Mr. Pendergast, the old guy who's very neurotic about his home, doesn't let anybody in. Mrs. Snow from that same story. It's the character who becomes obsessed with the lawns being perfect and everything, and it's this. It seems like such a good thing to be super strict about stuff, and to have and it is good to have boundaries, and it's good to have rules and things. But the problem is, if you set the bar of perfection really high like that, nobody can live, because life is full of problems. And so if your whole idea is to have this shiny veneer of everything being perfect, you're going to be suffering on the inside. So these people aren't happy because they're slaves to their yards, and they're if you're a slave to your home like that, you don't even want to open your home to people. And the whole idea of having a home, and having a nice home, I believe, is to share it with people, and so I just felt violated and stripped, and it was just really difficult. But then and so when she came over, I sobbed, and I was I worked so hard, and it's, I think she felt that I felt bad because I don't know, that I felt I had done something wrong. I didn't feel I did something wrong. I felt they did something wrong. There's a big difference, And when I was a kid, and I'm still this way, if I feel I do something wrong, I am so I feel sick to the pit of my stomach. I'm just that kind of a person, and I don't like it to do, to do the wrong thing or whatever. But I didn't feel that way. I felt violated, and they had done something wrong to me. And So anyway, and it like, you know, it was just one of those things. And we're you know, we're louder than they would like, and I mean, you know, not my dancers, but like just as our family, we have a lot of people, and we're just, you know, we're big kind of gregarious people. That's just how we are. And you know, and like our yard is in a very sorry state, and like all these different things, because just life, you know, is going very quickly. And like I'm, you know, I'm disabled, but I can't do any of the yard work with my back and everything. And like people are like, all the kids are always gone and different things, and it's, you know, it's a very hard circumstance. But I told the kids, and I said, you know, I want to leave this neighborhood with, you know, with warm feelings with everyone. And so, you know, I want our home to have love in it, and so everyone is going to, you know, work to pitch in. And the homeowner said, or the president lady, she said, that's not on you to like take care of the yard and everything, because that should be the what do you call that, the rental property owners, that they should be taking care of that for you. But they never do. They're very neglectful, and it's just a very sad thing to me, because the house is so beautiful and I wish it was better kept up. It's very sad. So they left a hole in our ceiling for like 2 months. It was pathetic. But anyway, so but I just came back from and I had a very difficult day today. Like, I wrote some of my story. I'm 9 chapters in, which I'm really, really excited about that. I'm gonna finish this thing. Like, my goal is by Valentine's Day. That'll be my Valentine's gift to myself. I'm going to finish up that book. But I was just feeling so like just weighed down and sad, and so I just cried. And like, you know, it was like my time of month that started today, and I was just like, this is not a good day. And I was like, it got dark really early, and it was just, you feel like you're like in this long night, this tunnel, you know. And we all go through those times, and some of us more than others. And for us, it's just, we always feel like we're just in some kind of like, if our life was, that's why I'm like really wanting to like record my story and everything, because like weird things are always happening to us. Just like weird, interesting things are always happening, and people are like, why is that happening to you? I don't know, you know. But maybe it's because I'm supposed to tell the story, you know. Because like when I write down all the different things that God has done, like that's why I believe in God, is because he's rescued us from so many different things. But anyway, so I went to class tonight, and I just had one class, and everyone from my studio has been so supportive, and they've been sending these notes like, oh, you know, we love you, and like, you know, you're an awesome teacher, and like, you know, hopefully things will be better. And like, I actually emailed someone today, and they're saying that they have a space for, it'll be kind of cold because it's like a barn, but we're gonna have a space, which thank God. So we're only gonna miss 1 week of class, which I'm like, thank you, Jesus. So but I in class tonight, like I just had 3 girls tonight, because it's a drop-in class, and they did so well tonight. And I was just like, okay, you know, like my mom was just, you know, she prayed over me before I left, and she was just like, oh God, just be with Ashley, you know. And I think that's what sometimes what gets really hard is that I've been alone through a lot of stuff in my life. Like, you know, I mean, we're talking like alone, you know, and through, you know, and sometimes it's just like, oh, I just like, Lord, can't you just have someone for me who like can understand? And then it's like, you know, it's not like, sometimes, because your relationship with God, like my relationship with God is very deep because of all the things that we've gone through together, and I've had to trust him for a lot of things. And so it makes me sad when I see people who like they just don't understand, because they haven't been through, like, I hate to say it, but it's like, well, if you haven't been through trauma and hardship and like had to rely on God for every little crumb, then, you know, you're gonna like, it doesn't really cross your mind because you haven't needed him. And like, you know, I was thinking about that, and it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't trade what I have for what everybody else has. I really wouldn't, because I know what life really means, and I know what it feels like to hit rock bottom, and I know all these different things. But it's a hard thing that people don't always want up front. You know, it's kind of like going through Olympic training. Like, who would sign up for that you know, unless, I mean, like, you know what the end goal is, but if you didn't know what the end goal was, and a lot of people don't know the end goal of life, if you didn't know that, you would not sign up for that. You'd be like, no, I want to, like, eat Cheetos and sit on the couch and watch TV, you know? So anyway, but I went into class, and it was really good, and I was able to play some really good music. And, like, to me, music is like, I mean, it is so important to me, not only as a dancer, but it's just always been, like, it's just, music is so spiritually aligned, like, you have no idea. And I only listen to people that I either really trust, or you know, I'm talking like the people, or beautiful music that's kind of off the grid. And so I played this song tonight. It was Don't Swallow the Cap by the Nationals. And I'm very grateful to my sister, because she has given me, she's blessed me with so much music. And my dancers were like, I really like this song. And I just love being able to share good music with people. It is fabulous, you know? And so, yeah, it was just really good. And then I was able to talk to someone else in my class who also struggles with autoimmune disease, because all these people come to me who need help and need to be healed, because there's so many sick people, guys. Everybody's sick. Everybody is sick because of all the food and just so many different things. And so there was this lady, and she's like, yeah, I just got, you know, diagnosed with autoimmune disease, like rheumatoid arthritis. And I was like, oh, I can help you. And then I told her about the health channel that I have, because I'm starting up a health channel. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna write this down. And like, my other dancers were writing it down, and it's just like, wow, this is so cool. You know, this is so cool, God, because like I get to be a part of something that, yeah, you know, maybe I don't have everything that I want, but I have the things that I need, and I'm able to help, and I'm able to grow something that's just beyond me. And then it's been really cool to see how, you know, I like giving out, but, you know, putting up boundaries, but giving out, and then seeing that return to you when it's genuine. Like, you shouldn't give to get, you know what I mean?